be a very tight match. It'll be physical. I think both teams look for they're pumped up, the adrenaline's flowing. So hopefully we'll come out on top. But we don't expect it to be an easy match at all. I think Fife are going to play hard. They're a good team at home. They've got their home crowd here. But I'm sure at the end of the day we will be winning by 2 or 3 goals.
Any local derby with Murrayfield, you don't need any spurring on for this game.
Is it going to be a grudge match though?
Hopefully not. The last 2 games we have played has been grudge matches in the third period. Both those games up till that point were really good games, so it was unfortunate they were spoiled. I just hope it doesn't happen tonight.
A place in the final against Whitley Warriors awaits the winners. Who's going to win?
We'll wait and see, yeah. Hopefully us.
Kirkcaldy and the 1993 Capital Foods Cup. It's not just a semi-final this afternoon, it's a derby as well. It's the Fife Flyers, who've never won the Scottish Cup, against the much fancied 5-times winners Murrayfield Racers, who will play Whitley Warriors in tonight's final. For the commentary we join Bob Carroll and Dave Lanning.
And so top referee Nico Toman in his last big match gets this Capital Foods semi-final underway with Fife in the blue and yellow strip defending the goal to our right and of course attacking the goal to our left. Murrayfield in their familiar red, white and blue, and an early chance there falling to John Newbury. We've got Bob Carroll with us as our expert analyst, and Bob, they're all saying it's not going to be a grudge match, but it's bound to be physical out there.
Certainly is. Both teams up for this game tonight, wanting to get into that final tomorrow, Dave, so we'll see a lot of exciting action here.
On league form, it's no contest. Fife have only won a couple of matches. They're lying 7th. And here's the first goal. And standing on no ceremony at all, it's Roger Abel. Rob Abel there, right out of the blue, takes his opportunity. Let's look at it again with Bob Carroll.
Yes, we've got Rob Abel just stepping in over the blue line into the slot area. A quick wrist shot.
Chris Palmer, lovely mover. Much of a good passer. Intercepted beautifully. He has Ware available. Here's Ware, must be. Oh! Somehow Fife keep it out. And their turn to break. But it's going to be Paul Pentland here, number 20 for the Racers, with time to spare. Out here to Newbury. Oh, beautiful pass across to Tony Hand. Tony Hand flicking, dicking, ducking and diving, but dispossessed, pushed away. Murrayfield beginning to find their rhythm now, one fancies. Palmer, Hand. Well, good save. Shot was on target, and it wasn't without a bit of sting. It's Paul Pentland. Here is Pentland, number 20. Neat defensive player, and that's a very good pass through to Palmer. And a great save. Now Chris Palmer had time to measure his shots, but John McCrone really pulled off a blinder.
The old alley-oop to Chris Palmer, standing at the red line. He's in one-on-one on McCrone. McCrone just lies down and makes the save.
Into the last 10 minutes of the first period, of course, 3 20-minute periods in ice hockey, and it's all action because they stopped the clock. And now here's Morris right through. Another super save. Well, no lack of 8 minutes of this period. That's a very good pass for Tony Hand, and Tony Hand might do something here. Well, he almost bored a hole right through John McCrone there. Bernie McCrone has got a new navel now, Bob.
We see Tony Hand at his best, breaking in on that side there, lets the slap shot go. Bernie McCrone makes the save.
So here is the drop with now Murrayfield with Gordon White and Les Lovell lurking back at point as their second line, younger line here. And it gets back there. Oh, well, that was a close one, and it was Giffen who just got a stick to it and almost knocked it back into his own net. Now there's an opportunity here. Morris again.
We see the importance of a draw here. We'll watch this. You got Bobby Haig coming out of the zone, makes a nice little featherweight pass to Frank Morris, breaking in on the goalkeeper. He finds the hole.
Here comes Murrayfield. Here's Hand. Hand looking at the options, switching it back to Palmer. on target, still not away. Crashed against the piping. And now 2-on-2. Jimmy Pennycook for Abel. No real power in the shot. Abel gets a second crack. Intercepted. Intercepted again by King. Unable to get firm contact on the puck.
Excellent bit of hustle there by Jimmy Pennycook and Rob Abel, coming off the end of a penalty-killing shift.
And now Murrayfield with Palmer. Chris Palmer moving right through on the goal. Must score. That's his 90th of the season, and that brings Murrayfield right back into this semi.
You got Chris Palmer. He just splits the defense here. Elects to go right through. Takes it. Actually, McCrone made a bit of a save there, but it just managed to tip off his glove and into the top of the net.
Wow, now there's a break on, and it's John Newbury. And that's the end of a fascinating period. 2 goals from Fife by Rob Abel and Frank Morris. Palmer's reply keeps Murrayfield in touch as we come to the end of period number 1 of this Scottish Cup semi-final. So the second period underway now with Fife Flyers attacking the goal to our right in their blue and gold livery. And it was Lindsay Lovell, but again we saw Bernie McCrone with a fine save now, raking pass across to Frank Morris. Shot was off target, but it was going apace.
Frank Morris breaking down that wing. Very dangerous at any time. There you see out of the screen there, Bobby Haig making that rink-wide pass to Frank Morris, who's breaking down the ring, defending Gordon White. He elects to shoot it, lets it go, it's wide of the goal. Actually, ricocheted off of Gordon White. Martin Mackay elects to cover up.
Lato, oh, had to be. Robertson picks up the pieces, and that's 3-1.
Dave, we see the advantage of getting possession from the draw. Ian Robertson, a catalyst on that line there.
Newbury playing it in and picking it up again. This is John Newbury. And that's Tony Hand. And it's about time he put his signature on this match.
Great play there from the draw. You see John Newbury electing to take the shot on the background. McCrone lets the rebound out. Tony Hand right there to put away anything that was left over. You can never let Tony Hand alone in front of the net and expect him not to score.
Second goal scored by number 9, Tony Hand.
Oh, that's slack defensive work there from Bobby Haig. The Fife Flyers survive, but there's controversy out there. Is there a penalty call, Bob?
Yeah, it looks like a hooking call to Bobby Haig, number 22 of the Fife Flyers. He seemed to catch Grant Slater just in behind the Fife Flyers zone. Grant Slater not seeing a lot of ice time. There we go, Grant Slater just trying to make his way around the back of the net, but caught by Bobby Haig. Goes down, and we see Bobby Haig in the sin bin for 2 minutes. That won't help the Fife Flyers at this stage of the game. Obviously, Murrayfield gaining momentum, looking to capitalize on this power play opportunity. I think their power play percentage this year, Dave, is probably the highest in the league, so you can look for some action here.
This is Tony Hand, where will have time to compose himself. Bumps it around there. Neat little pass in. And there it is. And Chris Palmer again with the final touch, and the Racers are back on terms.
The puck originating from the corner. It's John Newbury, who's out of your picture right at the moment, electing the 2-on-1. It's Chris Palmer just to bang it home. An excellent one-time play.
Smith. Pentland. Smith again. Oh, that's a real loose one. This Morris, and Morris, well, just losing control of the critical moment. Now, Smith again. No support. Able to smother that attack with some comfort. Although there might be some trouble here. His hand goes in. Only as far as level. Right across, flicked away by the boot by Bannister, that's permitted. Bobby Haig, this is Robertson. Robertson has Bannister, he has Frank Morris. Morris looking to find some space. Still there. Oh! What a cheeky goal from Ian Robertson, round the back of the net, back sticked, and that's an incredible goal, Bob.
Ian Robertson, former Great Britain Player of the Year, goes around the defenseman, elects to go right around the goal, and catches Martin Mackay on the far side.
Bannister flicking it on for Robertson. Robertson dumping it in there, and well swooped upon there. And this is Giffen with a real chance.
As I said, Stephen King showing signs of brilliance here. Sees Bob Giffen breaking in from the point. He winds up. Boom, she's home.
Player coach for the Murrayfield Racers. A position that's sort of not normally heard of in this day and age in ice hockey, but he managed to do an excellent job.
In the action, and here's Tony Hand. And Newbury straight into the action. Laid on the pass for Tony Hand, and it's 5-4.
Here we see another example of the importance of winning a draw. You see Newbury pushes it right through. You've got a 2-on-1 situation. Tony Han elects to fake the shot, moves in around Bernie McCrone, who's sprawling. Boom in the top of the net. 5-4.
So here's King. King has Pennycook. Pennycook looking for space. Instead it comes back there to Abel. High shot way up on the netting. Comes clear. Still King. King flicking it back in. Only as far as Chris Palmer. Palmer looking to find a teammate, lucky to get the rebound. Comes out here, Pentland. Hands, lets it go aimlessly, dumped in by Reed. Only as far as Pentland. Pentland to Newbury. Nipped across there to Mike Ware. That's a great goal. Ware really draws one out of the top drawer. A real cracker.
Here we see Mike Ware stepping inside the blue line, electing to let the shot go. Boom. Knocked the popcorn off the top shelf.
Jim Pennycook did well there just to find Stephen King, and he is absolutely flattened by Mike Ware. And you get the impression that Mike Ware would be a useful man next to you in the trenches. And Tony Hand showing his skill. And still going. Whipping it back there. Oh! Well, that was Mike Ware that got on the end of it, but you've got to credit Tony Hand. That was quite remarkable assist work.
Tony Hand breaking through the defense there, making an excellent back pass to a trailer in Mike Ware. He one-times it. Boom, she's in the back of the net. 6-5 Murrayfield Racers. This will be a big turning point, Dave, for the Murrayfield Racers Ice Hockey Club. Getting a goal with just a couple minutes left in the second period. There you again, you see it, Mike Ware lets it go. Excellent skills for a man his size.
Is John Newbury. Newbury leaving it back for Ware. As the sound for the end of the second period, it's been Murrayfield's period with goals from Hand, Palmer and Ware, and they're back in front now for the first time. 6-5 they lead as we approach the third and final period. The third and final period, with Murrayfield now leading by 6 goals to 5, attacking the goal to our right as we look at it, and we can but conjecture if they will bring their guns to bear in this final period. They have awesome firing power. They were trailing for long periods of this game, in fact right into the back end of the second period before they got their noses in front. Now they lead, and Fife Flyers have a great deal to do to get back into this match. Here's Bannister. Can they retrieve the situation? The Flyers in their smart blue, gold and white strip. McCrone just pushing it out for King. Well, neat work from Stephen King. And Rob Abel getting into a tangle there with Mike Ware.
Mike Ware and Rob Abel tying the puck up deep in Murrayfield Racer territory. Mike Ware, an able customer, done very, very well for the Racers today. Had 2 brilliant goals, I think, so far, Dave. But more importantly, goals at a particular time when they actually needed them and got them back into the game. And as we've discussed before, he's not only big in stature, but he certainly has a skill level that any player would be proud of.
And there is Gordon Latto, unable to make a really strong impact. And now this is Smith, and absolutely left on a plate for Grant Slater. Smith did the hard work, and Slater presented with an open net and said, thank you very much.
Here we see David Smith breaking in on the wing, trying to make moves. McCrone comes up equal to the task. And there we see Grant Slater picking up the rebound into an empty net. 7-5 for the Murrayfield Racers, a very big goal. Here we see it again. There he is, Davy Smith. Wants to shoot it, nowhere to let it go, just runs out of room there. But Grant Slater comes in to pick up a loose puck and put it into the back of the net.
Bannister is waiting. Here he is, flicks it back in to Robertson. Robertson across there to Morris. Morris had the shot, comes back again, and the keeper has taken one, and that is Martin Mackay, and it looks as though he's run into Frank Bruno. Here we shot again.
That's right,
Morris's shot, and it's hit him on the top of the chest, just a little above the heart, it would have looked like, and that could be nasty. Now there's Morris, and somehow it's scrambled away. Anywhere will do. Long chase back for Darren Bannister. Moves into space to Giffen. Giffen breaking hard here now. It is Abel.
Offside the call on that play.
It must have been a very tight one.
Very, very tight. You see Jim Pennycook talking to referee Nico Tolman, but Craig made the call on that, linesman Craig, and it's still going to stand. So we have a face-off in a neutral zone just outside the Murrayfield Racers' end of play. Once again, time ticking away for the Fife Flyers, hoping to try and get back into this one.
This is Wilson. Ooh, cheeky little shots, but no trouble for Martin Mackay. What now? 3 minutes to go. 7-5, Murrayfield Racers. The crowd have gone surprisingly quiet as the Flyers just claw away, chip away, trying to find a way through. They haven't found that incisive final pass. They haven't managed to just slip clear. It's been a very thorough defensive job in these last few minutes, particularly on the power play. There's a shot for Latter, and that's what I mean. The Murrayfield defence managed to get back and make sure there was no impact at all on the shot. Same again. Every time Fife get within shooting distance, there seems to be a sticker or a man in the way. Tony Hand, reverse pass here to Newbury. Newbury might do something here. Oh, he has. That surely's wrapped it up. Newbury allowed to go and go, and he saw his opportunity, and that surely means that Murrayfield will go forward.
Here we see John Newbury breaking in on the side. He's got that extra step on defenseman Gordon Latto right across the front of the net and stuffs it in the far side behind the sprawling Bernie McCrone. That's talent as you see it.
So the seconds ticking away now, and Fife really going through the motions, although Frank Morris deserves maybe the final say here. Just losing contact. Now here's Newbury, that killer goal just a couple of moments ago. Showed all his experience. Now then, there's an opportunity here. It's 4-on-3 as Morris tries his luck from a long way out. But here is Tony Hand, all on his own. Well now. Well, that really was a touch of arrogance, because surely he could have had a go at goal. He chose just to buy some time. And Giffen takes advantage with a goal out of nowhere. And that was very, very tasty from Giffen.
Here we see Bob Giffen going coast to coast, making that magic rush. Makes a move behind John Newbury there. Just steps in over the blue line, as you see, winds up. Bingo. Martin Mackay had no chance on that.
Sixth goal, an unassisted goal scored by number 7, Bob Giffen. Time of the goal, 59 minutes and 32 seconds.
There goes the final hooter. Triumph for Murrayfield there. Extra firepower brought to bear in a game of excitement, of raw emotion, and stitched through with a few golden goals.
Tony, how do you feel after the win tonight?
We feel good. It's a hard game. Fife played well defensively. They took their goals. But I thought at the end of the day we were better. The better team. We took our chances.
You're looking forward to the final tomorrow?
Yes, it'll be a good game tomorrow. I'd say it'll be close again, but hopefully we'll win it.
So an astonishing cup semi-final. Who will win the final? Will it be the 5 times winners Murrayfield Racers, winners this afternoon, or will it be the defending champions Whitley Warriors? The Capital Food Scottish Cup final tonight on Scottish.